Guys, welcome back. It's Michelle, your practical priestess here at Divinely Genuine. Hope you guys are enjoying the spring. I'm not at home today, so it's a little different background, but I wanted to get you guys these full moon readings as soon as possible, as the energies are pretty intense. It's got some strong aspects going on with it. So I'm going to start with Aries. Aries, sun, moon, or rising. And I'm trying to speak up. I woke up with a little congestion, so sorry about that if I sound a little raspy. Spirit, I ask that you'd protect my energy from interfering with this reading. And please protect the energy of the reading from attaching itself to me. I thank you for being able to serve you in this way through the tarot. And thank you that you're able to communicate with us through tarot. Spirit, we're looking for guidance for this full moon energy on Saturday the 31st of March 2018 for Aries, sun, moon, and rising. There we are. If you guys haven't already, I've got a Facebook page, Etsy shop, Instagram, all the things, Divinely Genuine. I would love and appreciate y'all's support. Again, Spirit, we thank you for the communication to us through the cards. And I'd ask that you'd protect my energy from interfering with the reading for Aries, sun, moon, and rising during this full moon on Saturday the 31st of March 2018. Spirit, I ask that you'd protect the energy of the reading from attaching itself to me. We thank you for it. Jeez. I really don't think these are jumpers. I think I'm just having a moment. Boy. And this is for Aries, sun, moon, and rising. If you guys don't know your moon or rising sign, it's very important. The moon is the inner world. I have a book on it that I just went ahead and released before. It's kind of like a pre-release before the editing and publishing. But it's at my Etsy shop about our moon signs. But you can go to astro.com to find out your moon and ascendant signs. I'm also offering a reading for the Jupiter retrograde, Jupiter and Scorpio retrograde that we're currently in. And I take a look at your birth chart to see what house it's affecting. It's really awesome to have the guidance of the stars in life. It helps things not feel so like traumatic, and you don't feel like such a victim because you sort of have this like heads up. Okay. So again, Aries, sun, moon, and rising. Spirit, any advice or insight during this full moon? Full moon in Libra, March 31st, 2018. Alright, perfect. So we've got, let's see, I'll just do these three. Alright, so for our first card, we've got the Death card reversed. And so we're having some inner transformation. All right, for you Aries, sun, moon, and risings. It's the road to metamorphosis, transformation, new beginnings. Let me pull it up here. Pull it up as if I'm online. It's so funny. Transition and transformation, metamorphosis, death in many forms, letting go of the old self, cutting away that which is no longer needed, slow decay, taking on new forms or ways of thinking, ushering in change. Okay, because it's reversed, it represents the internal versus external. So there's going to be some internal changes you guys are working on or letting go of old patterns, which is great. I mean, there's no way to evolve or change without letting go of things that don't serve us. As the advice card, we've got the Lover card, reversed as well, so that would represent your inner being. The Lover card, light attributes are great passion and devotion, unbridled appreciation of someone or something. Okay, so you're feeling passionate, you're letting go of things not serving you, transition is happening, change is happening, you're welcoming it in eternally. You're devoted to your passions. The shadow sides of the Lover card is obsessive passion that harms others, self-destructive devotion. Be mindful of that during this full moon. Try to catch yourself feeling or being destructive in any way, and it can come as sly and quick as a fox, you know. It can come in many forms where it doesn't even seem like we're being that way. So really try to pay attention to that. All right. We've got Princess of Swords reversed. So internally, you're having to make a decision, as swords represent decisions. And it's probably related to whatever change is happening right now for you guys. And I don't mean men, just for clarification. I was waiting tables at Cheesecake Factory a couple years ago, and I will never forget, I just casually went up to the table like, hey guys, how are y'all today? And this woman was like, she was like, one guy, one lady. And she was an older lady, and I was like, oh, I'm sorry. I don't know why I have a habit of doing that, of saying that. And then she went off on this whole, like, kids nowadays being confused by genders and all that. I was just like, oh my gosh, maybe I should never say this again. Anywho. Okay, so Princess of Swords is the fixing of new ideas. So internally, you guys are maybe searching for new ideas, making a new idea, or contemplating a new idea, or coming up with a decision of your many ideas, and with what changes also going on inwardly as you embrace your passions and devotion to those passions, steering clear of any self-destructive devotion. Be devoted to your higher self, to what's best for you. It takes practice. We're not generally taught this stuff unless you're just so blessed to have like a good upbringing where your parents were, aware and taught you self-love and self-care and all of that stuff. Okay, so a genius, an inventor, somebody who enjoys analysis, the beginnings of an intellectual pursuit, freedom of thought, rebellious thought. And rebellious doesn't have to be like negative. Like, rebellious can be being able to think for yourself. And if I keep reading right after rebellious thought, it says a free thinker, so it doesn't have to be like you're rebelling authority. It can be like you're rebelling, what's it called? Like the norm, or like cookie cutter thinking, or brainwashing. You're coming up with your own creative ideas, and which I feel like we should all do. And that's why I've decided to name my company Divinely Genuine, because we are all from the divine, and we are all genuine. We are all unique, and it is not even like okay to embrace that, but probably part of the destined path for each of us to embrace our unique ideas and come together and unite, offering that to the world. Okay. So fixing new ideas in reality, freedom from preconception or unquestioned ideas. And then we've got the trickster, also reversed. I may need to realign my whole deck. So this is inward as it's reversed, transcending convention, stuffiness, and predictable behavior. Yes, like be your own. And you guys are great at this. Like y'all are creative and y'all can think for yourselves. You can definitely get a creative idea into action. So pick the one that best serves you. Don't take the easy way out. The shadow side of trickster is don't manipulate others. Well, it is manipulating others through duplicity. So like I was just saying with the Princess of Cards here, being unique in your own personal ideas and rebelling authority in the way of being a free thinker. And then we've got the backup here with the trickster saying, don't be stuffy and predictable in your behavior. Transcend convention. Don't manipulate others through duplicity, okay? So that is inwardly your transcending convention. All right, so then we get here to the Queen of Wands. I love this card. I love all these cards. The art's really pretty. I love how she has the black kitty. So Queen of Wands, and that one was, this is external as it was right side up. The flowing beauty of fire. Yes, Aries, you guys are fiery. You guys are cardinal fire. Cardinal is like the first start of it, okay? Seduction, a charming person, charisma and beauty, somebody who enjoys hosting social events, a social butterfly, the light shining from within, nurturing desires and passions, bringing out the best in others, somebody who is desired by many. All right? So you guys may be letting that light shine as you're hosting social events. Maybe that has to do with these changes and new ideas that you're contemplating at this time during this full moon energy, which is good until like, a week or two until the new moon. All right, and then we've got, again, inwardly, as it's reversed, the Fool card. And I feel like this is a good representation of a side of you, Aries, as you guys are so good at getting the project off the ground, or the idea, making it into the practical world, physical world. Sometimes y'all rush in, so it's not always a bad thing, but let's see, the Fool card says fearlessly revealing emotion. Okay, so maybe during this full moon, you're revealing more emotion without rethinking or having any fear of what others may think. It's also helping people laugh at absurdity and hypocrisy. Okay. The shadow sides of the Fool card are using humor to wound rather than liberate. All right, so we don't want to become the bully. We don't want to become, anything but the light beings. We don't want to associate in any kind of humor that hurts another. And then another shadow side is the denial of your emotional truth, okay? So during this full moon, you may feel like revealing some emotions to another, and just be sure that those emotions are your truth and you're not denying something, as this Fool card suggests you could in the shadows of it, okay? I also would like to look at the cards on the bottom of the deck, just sort of as a wrap up. We've got the King of Pentacles. All right. The King of Pentacles and Slave. So the light attributes of Slave are surrendering your power of choice to the divine with complete trust. How awesome is that? So you're going to surrender your power of choice to the divine with complete trust as you're going through this change, being devoted to your passions. Searching new ideas and transcending the predictable stuffiness, transcending convention and those predictable stuffy behaviors. You're going to let your light shine at these events you're hosting, and you're going to nurture your passions and desires here with the Queen of Wands. That is what you're doing outwardly. And you're going to stay in your truth as you express your emotions during this full moon. Now, let me just get to the King of Pentacles here as we wrap it up. King of Pentacles, the master of the world. No. Financial mastery, business ownership, enjoying the finest things in life, richness, wealth, riches as a means to an end, using possessions for the highest good, a community leader, a generous person, somebody with high status, a jolly, friendly person of good nature. How awesome is that card? So guys, I feel like this whole reading is leading up to your financial gain with your passions and devotion. And there will be some change and new ideas as this is playing out. All right. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel, Aries. I wish you guys a fun, intense, awesome full moon. Thank you guys. See ya.